Good day, class. Okay, let's start our day with a prayer. Keisha, can you lead the prayer? Amen. Thank you for that. So, let me first check your attendance. Okay, it's nice that you're complete today, no? So, keep up the good work, class. So, once again, good morning. Okay, so I'm Miss Luneta Salazar, and I will be your PE teacher for today. So, do you still remember our class rules last meeting? Some. Okay, so first, first rule, I want you to listen to me attentively, especially when our discussion starts. Okay. Next, I want you to raise your hand if you want to answer, ask questions, clarifications, or you want to tell something. Okay. Third, I want you to sit comfortably. No? Not to the extent that you become sleepy in our class, okay? Fourth, do you still remember this? Okay. This will be your distance with your seatmate, okay? Then, how about um, the thing you say when your classmate wears his or her mask? Okay, safety is present. How about if he or she didn't wear his or her mask? Okay, COVID is present. Last rule is use alcohol or hand sanitizer if you touch your things of your classmates, the things inside the classroom, especially the things outside the classroom. Okay, very good. So, before anything else, we will have a warm-up activity, no? To wake our brains, no? Hit our engines, no? And for you to not be shocked to our discussion for today. So, um, our warm-up activity is entitled "You Complete Me." Na? So, I will be showing you 5 pictures, and below each pictures have letters. But for you to be able to complete the word, no, you will first, of course, you will analyze the pictures for you to be able to answer the the missing letters, no? For you to know the missing letters that will fully complete the word, no? That will describe the image. So this one activity will be done in a 1/4 sheet of paper. Okay, so here is the pictures. You may now start answering. Okay, time's up. Exchange your papers. So, for number one, what's the answer based on the picture? Very good. Bullying. Number two, usually, ginagawa to sa Facebook din, no? Kapag nakitang attractive yung person, lalo na sa people you may know. Very good. Stalking. Next. Yes. Kidnapping. Very good. Fourth, suicide. Fifth, okay, fraternity. So, um, these pictures will determine our topic for today. No? So, why does these events happen? So, why does bullying happening? Why does stalking happening? Why does kidnapping happens? why does suicide happens, or why does fraternity happens? So yeah, let's start with bullying. Why does bullying happens? Because of tripping, okay, to make fun of other students. Okay, so how about the suicide? Why does suicide happen? Because of depression, pressure, discouragement. Okay, tells family problems. Okay, so these pictures will be discussed more or deeply in our prior discussion. Okay, so last meeting we talked about sports injuries, right? So as well as today, we will be talking about injuries, but last time it's the types of injuries. Today, we will be discussing the classifications of injuries. Na? So, do you still remember what is injury? Okay, so what is injury? Okay, physical damage caused by impact or overusing of body parts over time. Okay, good. So, look at these pictures. Are these events preventive? Of course. So, last time also, I gave you assignments, right? Pertaining to what? Intentional and unintentional injuries. So, based on your assignments and based on these pictures, what is intentional injuries? Or based on these pictures, what are the examples of intentional injuries? Okay, bullying, intentional, very good. Stalking. Okay, most all of them no, is an example of intentional injuries. Very good. So now, if these are intentional injuries, where these events commonly occurred? Bullying, where this usually occurred in school, right? Stalking, in the neighborhood or in the community. Good. As well as the kidnapping. Suicide, home or okay, isolated area now. Next, fraternity. School. Okay, very good. So, these are some of the intentional abuse that we will be talking about. So, learn in this is not only the intentional abuse that we will be encountering today, okay? So, to continue, let me present first my objectives. So, our objectives for today is at the end of our discussion, you will be able to explain the difference between intentional and unintentional injuries. You will also be able to give possible solutions that are attainable to do as them. You will be attentively listen and participate in our class discussion and class activities, and you will be able to show concern and awareness to prevent and avoid uncontrollable situations and to promote healthy and peaceful community. So going back, give me some, give me a second. So like what I've mentioned a while ago, last time we also talked about injuries, right? So last time it is the types of sports injuries, but today we will be talking about the classifications of injury. We have two, no? So we have first the intentional injuries. Okay. Today also we will be focusing on intentional injuries, na? Kasi mostly ito yung mga cases na uh, familiar na tayo, di ba? So, continue. Intentional injuries are purposely inflicted and are often associated with violence. So, intentional injuries, you do things with the intention to harm people, no? To let it, to let people experience suffering. Yeah? So this includes first one is bullying here. So we have physical bullying and cyberbullying. Let's talk up first about physical bullying. So it is the use of force, coercion, hurtful teasing or threat to abuse, aggressively dominate or intimidate other people. Usually occurs in or at school. Yeah? So we have this called bullying happens because we have this called superior or inferior complex. No? When we say superior, like commonly this is um, the popular ones or famous, diba? Influential, no? While inferiority complex people are those, for example, the nerds, um, usually, like, makikita mo na easy target lang siya, ganyan, no? So, bullying, like what you told me earlier, happens because of um, trip lang, ganyan, and on or you just want to make fun, no? To other people or to other students. Next, we have cyberbullying. It is a form of bullying or harassment using electronic means. Cyberbullying occurs on the internet, no, and social media platforms, right? It, what example of cyberbullying? Bashing, trolling, diba? So that's some that's the examples of cyberbullying or di kaya magpapakalat ng um, fake images, fake videos to intently hurt or um, embarrass the person you have um, hatred with. No? So next is domestic violence occurs in couples. No? So, so domestic violence is a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power and control over an intimate partner. Usually, um, ito yung mga tinatawag na under kay BF, under kay GF, under kay Mrs., under kay Mr. Diba? So, usually, it happens, domestic violence happens because of jealousy. Okay, good. Third is sexual assault, a range of sexual offenses as well as penetration of the person's body with a body part or object. Molesting is an example of sexual assault. Name calling, no? Like, or the lis- listening um to a girl when she passed by. No? Fourth, stalking. Like this example. Stalking can be done physically or even in the internet, especially in social media platforms. So stalking is an unwanted and/or repeated surveillance by an individual or group towards another person. No? Stalking can be um, traumatizing, no? Or sometimes um, stalking is a way of um, knowing people, especially in Facebook, Twitter, in social and in any social media platforms, right? Next is extortion. Like in this picture, you can see um, the other person giving the money while the other person pointing um, his weapon to the other. So what is extortion? So extortion is the wrongful use of actual or threatened force, violence, or intimidation to gain money or property from an individual or entity. So extortion, what is an example of extortion? Like what you saw earlier on the picture, based on the picture earlier. Hold up, yes. No? It is one of example of extortion. Next, suicide. Like in this example picture, you you can see there's a rope, then there's a man attempting to suicide. So suicide, injuring oneself with the intent to die. So there's many ways to do suiciding, no? Not just with the use of rope, but also um, cutting yourself, jumping to highest floors, or jumping to the sea. Any there's so many ways to do suicide, no? And it is kind of alarming these days, no? Especially to commonly on students. Next, acts of terror. See the picture, no? Terrorism, no? It is that involves it is involves violent acts that creates fear and alarm in people to intimidate them. Acts of terror, it can also be suicide bombing, no? Or like planting bombs in crowded places. No? That's acts of terrorism. Next is ganging youth violence. It is an intentional use of physical force or power, no? To threaten or harm others. Usually, sa mga kabataan. This event causes riots in streets, no? In even inside or outside the school, no? And so many youths are involved in this and can be jailed because of the minority range age, no? Next, we have illegal fraternity-related violence, like this. Usually, illegal fraternity-related violence, its example is hazing, illegal initiations inside the school, like has been news in the past because of the initiation, the student died. No? So illegal fraternity-related violence is a violence perpetrated by fraternities, no? Especially and commonly at school. Next, kidnapping or an abduction. So, what do you think is the difference between kidnapping and abduction? Any idea? Okay, so let's talk about kidnapping. So, or kidnapping, taking or detention of a person against his or her will and without lawful authority. So, are you familiar with the term kidnap or ransom? um, a group of people have the intent to kidnap a person to gain profit, to gain ransom, no? Especially if that person that has been kidnapped is about to win. No? So, while abduction is an unlawful interference with the family relationship, irrespective of whether the person abducted consents or not. Usually and commonly, abduction, um, ito yung, for example, let's say, there's two mothers and they both gave birth. The one, the first mother, um, her delivery, um, let's say, went wrong and the baby died, while the other one um, successfully gave birth and the baby is healthy. No? So the mother um, had a died baby, or his her baby died, will have the intent to kidnap other mother's baby. No? That's abduction. And the first mother will have this thinking that it is her baby, not the true mother. No? So that's abduction. So that is an that's all for intentional injuries. So now let's move to unintentional injuries. So this is where our last topic will be uh, relate now. So unintentional injuries. So a while ago, intentional injuries are purposely inflicted with the intent to hurt people. No? While but unintentional injuries are injuries that are not inflicted for purpose, no? Not inflicted purposely, and that occur without intent or of harm. So unintentional injuries occurs suddenly, no? Caused by accidents, no? So this includes animal bites and stings, no? Unpredictable events. Second, suffocation and drowning. Suffocation in terms when you eat, no? The food will be stuck near and you cannot breathe. While drowning, if you experience muscle cramp out of nowhere when you're swimming, no? Especially if you're in the deepest part of the pool or in the ocean, no? Third, sports and recreational injuries, like what we talked about last meeting, no? Like sprains, muscle cramps, no? Nose bleeding, something like that. And last is occupational and work-related injuries, especially in construction. construction sites. It can be slip, no? You can also be uh, hit by falling debris, no? When earthquake comes or anything else, no? So that's unintentional injuries. Any questions? Wala na? Okay, so um, can we say that based on our discussion, can we say that we are safe? We are safe at home. Yes, because it's our comfort zone. Okay. No, because of some examples that we talk about in our school. It, it can and it cannot. No, especially in our community. Usually, most of our examples occurs in our community, and it's like it's prevented and uh, avoidable, but at the same time it's difficult to tend, no? So to fully understand our discussion and for you to be able to know or give awareness to other people, I will group you into three. So each group will be given uh, topics, no? And here are the topics. Each group will pick a representative. So this is where the group 1, 2, the rest group 3. So choose your representatives and pick your top. So aside from your topic in here, there's also a question. So for you to be able to um, discuss and share your thoughts about the topic that you chose now. So start picking. Okay. So your answers will be written on a pad paper or bond paper. Okay. So you may now start discussing and let me know if you're done. Okay. So group G, please share your answers, your topic, and your answer here in front. Okay, very good. Group 3, group 2, very good. Group 1, very good. Well done, class. Give yourself a round of applause. So for me to be able to monitor your learnings, so here's another activity for you to do. So it is entitled Phrase Complete Me. Na? So all you need to do is to find the missing words to complete the phrase by choosing the correct word inside the box below here. So this is your choices, and these words will be put on the underline or the blanks, no? To the phrase for you to be able to complete the phrase. No? So uh, after that, explain the phrase by answering the question below the box, which is the question is, what do you think the phrase wants to tell us? Okay, so blank can be unintentional when you're not blank. Blank can be intentional when you're blank with your emotions. Okay, this will be done in a 1/2 sheet of paper, and you may now start answering. Time's up. Pass your papers. So, okay, for your assignment, I want you to cite possible intentional and unintentional injuries. 2 examples at home, 2 examples at school, and 2 examples in your community. Do this on your help notebook. So, um, at home, one unintentional and one unintentional. At school and in your community. Okay, so I will end my class for today with a quote, of course. It is a quote from James Turber, and it states that let us not look back in anger, nor forward in fear, but around awareness. So don't let your emotions lead you or control you, no, or even your deepest fear, no. Instead, use these emotions to give awareness to other people, no, to help each other, and to have and promote healthy and peaceful community, home, and school, and have a safe school environment. No? So, any questions, any clarifications? Hmm? Nasabtan na ba? Okay, so that ends my discussion for today. I will see you on my next meeting. Thank you, class, and goodbye.